The Oregon School Activities Association welcomes you to this broadcast of an OSAA U.S. Bank Les Schwab Tires State Championship event. U.S. Bank is proud to celebrate its 32nd year of supporting OSAA state championships. Les Schwab Tires celebrating more than 55 years of pride in performance. We hope you enjoy today's championship event.
Are you ready?
Rebound, Galvin, good! It's good! Freeman steals it again on the pass. She passes it inside to Cole, wide open, lays it in off the glass. Wide open, Hester, and dunks it! Woo! Makes a move, passes out to Moore, wide open for the three. And what a day to be a Southridge Skyhawk. It's time for Skyhawk basketball.
Greetings and welcome once again. It is time for Southridge Skyhawk basketball here at the OSAA U.S. Bank Les Schwab Ladies Basketball State Championships. It's the semifinals between the visiting team, the number 4 Grant Generals of the Portland Interscholastic Conference, and your number 1 seeded, top 100 ranked according to Max Preps, Southridge Ladies Skyhawks. As always, this is David Hill with your play-by-play here on Hill Sports 725 on YouTube. This should be a fun one as these two teams are going at it for the opportunity to play for the Oregon State Championships. Here's the tail of the tape going into tonight's game between the Skyhawks and the Grant Generals. First off, Grant's ranked number 4 out of the PIL League. They are 25-2 on the season, 15-1 in league play with the number 1 seed coming out of the PIL. Their best win came last night, a 56-45 defeat over South Medford in the quarterfinals in order to play against the Southridge team here this evening. Their worst loss came on February 10th, a 58-52 defeat against Benson, and they currently average 65.29 points per game and give up 39.52 points per game this season. They played South Medford last night, in which they won 56-45. Darren Hickok led all scorers on the Grant side with 22 points, followed closely by Nina Radford with 13. Kyrika Rashid had 10 rebounds, including 4 on the offensive side. Grant also shot a tremendous 40.4% from the field, and they shot 21.4 from the field goal. We look at the stats here for the Grant Generals, and on paper they look a lot like the Skyhawks. So everything that you can see within the Skyhawks for the ladies, this Grant team seems to have as well. They don't quite have the size. Their tallest player stands at 6 feet even in Nina Radford, the senior, and they have 2 other players standing at least 5'10" in Darren Hickok, the sophomore, as well as at 5'11", Kyrika Rashid, the senior. So Grant looks really good coming into this game. It's going to be a fun one. Talked with Coach Bergman before the game about this Grant team. We'll go ahead and play that interview at this point, but talked with him about kind of game planning for this Grant team. This is what he had to say here just moments ago, pregame.
Okay, Skyhawk fans, we're here with Coach Bergman pregame. Coach, first off, 24-hour turnaround time. What do you do to prepare for a game like that?
We try to do as much as just normal. We had a walkthrough today. I watched a lot of film in the last 2 days, but luckily I'd seen Grant before. So we just try to put in some of the stuff we think they're going to do different and try to keep the girls as normal as possible, realize then we can control what we do.
On paper, Grant seems to be a statistical equal to you guys. They've won 8 of their last 8 in a row, 21 of their last 22. Points per game, they look like you guys. Everything on paper seems very similar. What's kind of the game plan to go against them? Well,
I do think they are similar. I think they're very similar. That's probably the most. They match up best to us athletically. So at the end of the day, it's just what we need to run our stuff the best we can and not get upset if we make mistakes, because they're going to force some mistakes, because they're a really good team.
What are you looking forward from your girls tonight?
I'm looking forward just to keep playing as a team and keep looking for the best shot they can get, and giving full effort on defense and playing as a team. And when adversity comes, just that they play with each other instead of taking shots that are more of a hero shot.
All right. Thank you, Coach. Good luck to you tonight.
Thanks.
That was Coach Bergman just moments ago here pregame. Now let's talk about your Southridge Skyhawks, their season stats. First off, they are also 25-2, and they finished at a whopping 16-0 for the number 1 seed in the Metro League. Their best win came last night as well, an 82-42 thumping of St. Mary's here in the quarterfinals to play in tonight's semifinal matchup. Their worst loss was back on December 30th, a 71-62 loss to Sierra Canyon High School of California. Their points per game stand at 64.04 points. They give up 39.96 points per game. They've won their last 10, including 17 straight games, going back to that loss against Sierra Canyon. They played St. Mary's last night. Once again, they beat them 82-42. Maggie Freeman led all Southridge scores with 19, followed by Kaylin Immel with 17, Cameron Brink with 14 points, and Natalie Hoff rounded out the top scorers with 12. They also held Bendu Yaney, the Division I prospect signed by Indiana, to 4 points in the first half. She ended up with 20 to lead all scorers, but the last 16 was certainly well too late for the St. Mary's Blues. Southridge shot a tremendous 60.4% from the field and 66.7% from beyond the arc, going 10 of 15 for the game, and including 7 of 11 in just the first half. Maggie Freeman, actually, she had 19 points total. 14 of those came in the first quarter. Her and Kaylin Immel combined for a total of 6 3-pointers of the 10 that Southridge scored last night. So we'll take a break here at this point as we get ready for tip-off. When we come back, we're going to have my keys to the game here as the Grant Generals play your Southridge Skyhawks in the semifinals of the OSAA US Bank Les Schwab Lady Basketball State Championships here on Hill Sports 725 on YouTube.
College life can be pretty tough. Sure, there are parties and tailgates, but there are also finals, late shifts, and dreaded group projects, which is why U.S. Bank believes in making college a little easier. With our student checking account, you can enjoy money-saving benefits like no monthly maintenance fee. Plus, you have free access to over 4,900 ATMs. And with our online banking and mobile app, you can bank from home. So open your checking account today. It may just be the easiest thing about college. U.S. Bank, the power of possible. Deposit products offered by U.S. Bank National Association, member FDIC.
You're listening to live play-by-play of your Southridge Skyhawk basketball here on YouTube at Hill Sports 725. And we're back here on the delayed broadcast, coming to you from the University of Portland Chiles Center, where we wait for the semifinal matchup between the Grant Generals and your Southridge Skyhawks. Here are tonight's keys to the game for your Skyhawks. First off, Brink's foul trouble. She's the freshman phenom that's been a little bit inconsistent when it comes to foul trouble here. She'll go games where she gets only 2 or 3 fouls. However, she'll go other games where, like last night, she fouled out early on into the fourth quarter. Cameron Brink, standing at 6'4" tall, needs to be on the court for this Skyhawk team in order to play a great defense against these girls from Grant. If she can stay out of foul trouble for most of the game and stay on the court the entire game, I think Southridge is going to be just fine. Secondly, it's going to come down to Kaylin Immel and Maggie Freeman. They both went off last night. Maggie Freeman scoring 19, Kaylin Immel scoring 17. Just in round 1, just last week, they combined for a total of 46 points against the number 32 seeded Sprague team, and are definitely needed here tonight to score on the offensive side. If they can continue with their consistency and play like they did last night, they don't even have to shoot as well as they did last night. Even if they shoot just a little bit less, but they score about the same amount of points, they're able to distribute the ball as well as they did yesterday. Southridge is going to be a very tough team to beat for this Grant Generals team. Lastly, they need to speed up the game. Watching Grant a little bit last night here against South Medford, they like to play fast already. They've played with a little bit of a full court press. I I expect that a lot, but this Southridge team needs to pick up the pace even more. If Grant likes a sprint, they need to make it the fastest sprint possible. Run them out of the court. I don't think Grant has played, even though they play in the PIL, which has been a basketball mecca for Oregon basketball. I don't think they've played a team quite like this Southridge team. You've got the talent, you've got the depth, and so you need to bring that here tonight and speed this game up, and you'll be just fine. If Southridge can hit these three keys to the game, they should be able to win what I predict to be a close one. Skyhawks win to play in the state championship tonight, 59-53. We're getting ready here for tip-off here, as well as the PA announcers to announce the starting lineups. I'll go ahead and announce the starting lineups here for you as we wait for the tip-off. First off, for Grant, the visitors, we have number 1, 5'3" sophomore, Amaya Aldridge. Number 2, the 5'9" sophomore, Marin Leonard. And number 4, the 5'10" sophomore, Darren Hickok, who ended up last night with 22 points, 8 rebounds against South Medford. Number 15, at 5'11", the senior, Kyrika Rashid. And number 30, the 6' senior, Nina Radford. Grant is coached by Kendra Gardner. Southridge starting lineups as always. Number 3, the junior 5'11", Maggie Freeman, averaging 12.5 points per game. Number 10, senior 5'10", Kaylin Immel, averaging 10.6 points per game. Number 30, the freshman 5'7", Mikkel Meek, averaging 6.9 points per game. Next we have number 33, the junior at 6'1", Natalie Hoff, averaging 9.9 points per game, as well as 6.1 rebounds per game. And lastly, the freshman, number 42, standing at 6 feet 4 inches tall, averaging 12.9 points per game, 9.3 rebounds per game, and 3.9 blocks per game. All team leads, Cameron Brink. The Skyhawks are coached by Michael Bergman, assisted by Jody Reed, Mustafa Hoff, with athletic trainer, Rebecca Blake. We're going to go ahead and take a break at this time while we get ready for tip-off. And when we come back, we will have the start of this game between the Grant Generals and your Southridge Skyhawks here in the OSAA US Bank Les Schwab Lady Basketball State Championships here in the semifinals on Hill Sports 725 on YouTube.
At Les Schwab Tires, we believe there's no such thing as bad weather, just bad tires. Rain? No problem. Sleet? Sounds good. Flash flood advisories due to winter storms? Well, you might want to stay off the roads for that one. So, whatever the forecast holds, now's a good time to come by and let us take a look. We'll let you know if you need adjustments for the season, or for that matter, if you don't. Les Schwab Tires. Doing the right thing matters.
Hey everyone, this is David Hill, and I just want to thank you for listening to this live stream play-by-play of the game this evening. If you could be so kind, I'd love it if you'd simply
click like and feel free to subscribe to Hill Sports 725 as we try to add more games to the channel. Comment below with what you liked or didn't. Feel free to email me at hillsports725@gmail.com. Thanks again and play on. You're listening to live play-by-play of your Southridge Skyhawk basketball here on YouTube at Hill Sports 725.
And we're back here inside the Chiles Center, getting ready for tip-off between the Grant Generals and your Southridge Skyhawks. I'm sitting across the way from the benches here once again like yesterday, so everything's going to be reversed. Grant is wearing their blue and white trimmed uniforms with white numbers and lettering. Southridge, as always, their white uniforms with red lettering. They will be going from my left to right. Grant will be going from my right to left.
Shuttle service on Saturday. Parking will be available on campus.
We're getting ready for a tip-off here between these two teams. It looks like it's going to be Darren Hickok taking the tip for Grant, going up against Cameron Brink. And Cameron has a distinct size advantage, as she's had pretty much all season long. Excuse me, no, it's going to be Kyrika Rashid taking the tip for the Generals. And we are underway as Cameron Brink wins the tip easily, and the ball gets tipped around and goes to Mikkel Meek as we picks up the dribble, top of the key, tries to go down low to Brink. It's tipped, but goes back to Meek. Nothing lost. Emil, back over to Meek on the far side. To the high post of Natalie Hoff, and Hoff gets fouled there at the high post before she can pass out of it, and the foul's going to be on, looks like number 4, Darren Hickok, her first team foul, as we are 16 seconds into the game. Meek is going to be inbounding the ball, gets out to Emil, shoots a quick 3, and that one's no good, controlled by Brink, and that one goes up and in. 2-0 Southridge, 25 seconds into the game. As Grant brings it up the court, Hickok has the ball on the near side, guarded by Maggie Freeman. Southridge once again in the 2-3 zone, and the ball goes out to Amaya Aldridge. Aldridge passes over to Marin Leonard, tries to go high post to Nina Radford. She tries to drive inside of her Brink, shot's no good, gets her own rebound. Ball's tipped and stolen by Kaylin Emil though, it's going to Southridge. Emil brings it across half court, picks up her dribble and gets it over to Hoff on the far side wing. Emil now has the top of the key, tries to drive inside, goes up for the layup and gets tipped by Hickok on the inside, and Grant has the ball and is controlled by the Generals. Aldridge has the ball, coming up against his 2-3 zone defense by Southridge. Passes across to the far side of the court and gets swung around. It's now controlled by Leonard on the near side. Ball goes to the high post, finally over to Rashid. Rashid takes a shot over Cameron Brink, and it's no good, and it's controlled by Brink. Still 2-0 Southridge, as we are a minute and a half left into the game. Natalie Hoff gets the ball down low, kicks out to Freeman on the near side for 3. Looks good, a little bit short. Ball's tipped around and controlled by Grant. Hickok has the ball, she's going to bring the ball across court herself. Passes it over to Leonard on the near side corner. Back out to Radford, who shoots the 3 from the wing, and it's no good. Doesn't even touch the rim, and it goes out of bounds. Southridge will retain possession.
Timeout, Southridge.
And it looks like Coach Bergman wants a 30-second timeout here, so we're going to take a quick break here on Hill Sports 725 on YouTube. Skyhawks lead at 2-0, 6:11 left.
Hey everyone, this is David Hill, and I just want to thank you for listening to this live stream play-by-play of the game this evening. If you could be so kind, I'd love it if you'd simply click like and feel free to subscribe to Hill Sports 725 as we try to add more games to the channel. Comment below with what you liked or didn't. Feel free to email me at hillsports725@gmail.com. Thanks again and play on.
And we are back coming to you from the Chiles Center here at the University of Portland, where your Skyhawks lead it a little less than 2 minutes into the game. They're up 2-0, and Grant's going to be bringing up the full court press here coming out of the timeout. Maggie Freeman's going to be inbounding it for your Skyhawks and gets it over to Kaylin Emil on the far side, guarded by Aldridge. Passes across court to Meek on the far side still, looking for Maggie Freeman, and it's going to get called for a travel. She moved her pivot foot before she can get rid of that pass. So 6:02 left in the first quarter. It's going to be Grant ball once again going from my right to left. And Southridge is going to be bringing their full court press as well. She inbounds the ball for Grant and immediately gets it right back. Guarded by Sophia Riverman's making her first appearance into the game. Ball gets swung around to Radford on the near side wing. Back up top, over to Aldridge. Ball controlled by Leonard now on near side, swinging it around, goes to the high post finally to Rashid. Back over to Leonard. Yes, back over to Leonard, takes a shot, no good. And the rebound's controlled by Southridge. Meek has the ball, going to bring it across half court. Pass over to Riverman on the near side wing. Back over to Meek. Takes a three-pointer, looks good, and that one, no, around and out. Controlled by Hoff, has the ball. It's going to be jump ball called as her and Radford got tangled up with the ball. 5:29 left in the first quarter, and Cameron Brink is back in the game. Southridge leading by 2. Once again, Rashida inbounding the ball, gets it over to Aldridge. Guarded by Meek, passes it around. Finally, Radford has it on the near side. Gets it back over to Aldridge. Tries to go down low to Leonard. Leonard takes a 15-footer from the baseline. No good. Controlled by Hoff. Hoff brings it across the court. He finally gets it over to Emma on the far side. Back over to Hoff, top of the key. She thinks about it. Goes down low to Brink. Brink guarded by Hickok and nothing doing there. Height advantage is too much. It's 4-0. Southridge. 5 minutes left in the first. Radford has the ball, finally gets it over to Hickok, who passes across court to Leonard. Leonard on the near side corner, picks up a dribble, guarded by Freeman, tipped on the pass, but it's controlled by Aldridge. Aldridge passes it over to Radford and gets it right back. She takes a three from the near side wing, and that was good. Makes it 4-3, 4:40 left in the first quarter. Ball gets passed across court to Emma on the far side wing. She's guarded by Aldridge. Grant's running, it looks like their own kind of a 1-3-1 defense, and Emma gets bopped around a little bit, gets it over to Hoffman, who gets fouled, and she goes up for the shot. She's going to get 2. Looks like the foul was on Hickok, if I saw that correctly.
Nina Redford with her first foul.
Excuse me, it's going to be on Leonard. That's going to be her first foul, second team foul for Grant with 4:18 left in the first quarter. Hoffman taking her first free throw shot. That one's long and no good. They're having a little bit of trouble getting the ball into the basket here at the early going. This one's going to be a tight game. Off with the second shot. That one is good. 2-point game once again, 5-3. Southridge leads it. Ball stolen by Freeman on the inbounds. Gets it back over to Emma. Goes to the high post. Gets it back out to Freeman. Kicks it out to Mikkel Meek. Wide open for a three from the near side corner. No good. Controlled by Brink. It's tipped out of bounds on Hickok. It's going to be Southridge ball. Grant fans do not like that call, but she was the one in the position knocking the ball out. Meek inbounding it for Southridge. Down low to Brink, and that one's off the glass. She's got 6 of the 7 points for Southridge here with 3:58 left in the first quarter. 7-3 Southridge. Aldridge controls it on the far side. Gets it over to Radford. Far side wing. Back to the top of the key over by the half-court circle. Controlled by Aldridge. 2-3 zone. Down to the Hickok. Tries to go down low. And a foul's going to be called on Brink. Had her hands up but pushed her a little bit. Shot's no good. But Hickok's going to go to the line. Shooting 2. That'll be Brink's first, and the first team foul of the half for the Skyhawks.
First team foul.
U.S. Bank is a proud partner of the Oregon School Activities Association. Stop by your local U.S. Bank location today. U.S. Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC. First shot for Darren Hickok is good. As Sophia Riverman's back in the game for Cameron Brink. And Hickok gets ready for her second foul shot, and that one is good as well. 7-5, Southridge with 3:45 left in the first. Emil controlling the ball on the far side, gets it to Freeman. They're passing it around, trying to get around this full court press. They finally do. Riverman has it on the near side, cross court to Maggie Freeman. Drives in the lane, takes a 15-footer, and that one's no good. Controlled by Aldridge. Aldridge guarded by Riverman in the back court, trying to bring it across the court herself. Excuse me, that was controlled by Hickok. And she now has it. Gets it over to Aldridge at this point, guarded by Riverman. Leonard has the ball, near side over to Radford, finally in the corner, guarded by Freeman. Ball gets swung around the perimeter as Aldridge has it top of the key. Goes to the high post to Radford once again. Looking inside, goes down low to Hickok, guarded by Hoff. Takes a shot, and it looks like it was almost tipped, but it goes in. Hickok has 4, 7 all, 3 minutes left in the first. And he has the ball, guarded by Aldridge, takes it across court to Hoff, who's got a lane. She goes down low and misses the layup, and no foul's called. Controlled by Grant, 2:50 left in the first quarter. Radford has the ball. Radford, guarded by Riverman, top of the key now.
Looking inside, looking for where to go. Finally kicks it out over to Aldridge by the half-court circle. Gets to the high post to Hickok. Hickok makes a move, guarded by Riverman, and airs the shot. No good, controlled by Freeman. Freeman looking for a lane. Guarded by Aldridge, picks up her dribble, finally gets it over to Kaylin Immel. Freeman for three once again, and that one is good. Don't get her going. She'll be trouble for Grant. 10-7 Southridge, 2:15 left in the first. Bradford gets it over to Aldridge on the far side, still in the backcourt. Cuts right through that defense, passes over to Leonard for the 15-footer on the baseline. That one's good. 10-9 Southridge with 2 minutes left in the first. Meek kicks it across half court over to Immel, going across the half court line. Guarded by Hickok on the far side. And overshoots Freeman, but Mikkel Meek is there to control it. She's at the top of the key, gets it over to Immel on the far side corner. Looking inside, looking for where to go. Kicks it across court to Riverman. Goes down low to Hoff. Cross court to Meek, and it goes well over her head as Brink comes back into the game. 1:40 left in the first quarter. Southridge leads it by 1. It's going to be Grant Ball going to my left. So Meek is now out. It's Riverman, Immel, Freeman, Hoff, and Brink on the court for your Skyhawks. Shots aren't falling like yesterday, so they're going to have to play a little bit tougher defense. Riverman guarding Aldridge. Grant wants a foul. She was guarding her tight, but nothing there. Finally gets over to Hickok on the far side. Back over to Aldridge. Oh, the ball's tipped on the pass on the high post. Riverman controls it. Southridge has the ball. Tries to go down low to Brink, and it goes through her hands, but they're saying that it was off of her as Hickok was trying to get the steal. It looked like it might have gone off of her, but nothing there. So Rashid is going to be inbounding it for Grant. Here, coming from the baseline. 1:23 left. Southridge leads it by 1. Bradford has the ball on the inbounds. This is a cross court to Aldridge. Aldridge looking for where to go, and the ball gets swung around finally to Radford on the far side wing. Aldridge, top of the key, 2-3 zone still, gets it over to Leonard, near side, back over to Aldridge. They're looking to go inside, they want to go to the high post, but nothing's there. Aldridge has the ball, still top of the key, 1 minute left in the first quarter, Southridge up, 10-9. Aldridge just kind of dribbling around, trying to find a place to go, gets it over to Leonard on the near side, they finally go to the high post, and Radford takes the shot. And no good, and the ball is tipped around and finally controlled by Rashid. Gets it back out to Hickok. Hickok drives the lane, goes against Brink, and it's blocked. Cameron Brink gets the block, and she's taking it up herself. 35 seconds left in the first quarter. Passes it out to Freeman on the far side. Cross-court pass to Immel for 3. Long, and the ball's tipped around, and it's going to be a foul on Hoff as she was over the back on Rashid. That'll be her first foul. Second team foul. 30.3 seconds left in the first quarter. Grant inbounds the ball, and Bradford controls it. Coming across half court, 25 seconds left in the first quarter. Ball's controlled by Aldridge, finally at the top of the key. Gets it over to Leonard, near side wing, passing it back around the perimeter. Hickok has it on the far side. Back over to Aldridge, looking around, fakes the shot, but nothing there. Looking around. Aldridge kicks it over to Hickok once again on the far side wing. Down over to the corner where Radford is. She tries to drive the lane against Hoff, and the foul's going to get called on Brink as she pushed Rashid over into Hickok there. Doesn't get away with it. That's going to be number 2 for Cameron Brink. 13 foul with 3.7 seconds left. I don't know if there's a little bit of flop play in that one, but there definitely was the pushing motion, and that's going to cause Coach Bergman to bring out Brink and put in Olivia Cole for the first time this game. Southridge still up by 1 with 3.7 seconds left as Grant inbounds, and Bradford tries to go against Freeman. The shot is up, no good, tries to put it on tip, and that one's no good as well as the first quarter ends with the score, your Skyhawks 10, and the visitors, Grant Generals 9. As we go into the second quarter, we'll take a break on Hill Sports 725 on YouTube.
The renovators know where to put a wall, a window, a room. Most importantly, the renovators know what they want, and that's the most admirable skill of all.
A home equity line of credit from U.S. Bank could help make your house the home you've always wanted. Visit a U.S. Bank branch, usbank.com/ Dream big or call 800-209-BANK. U.S. Bank, the power of possible. Some restrictions may apply, subject to credit approval. Mortgage and home equity products offered by U.S. Bank National Association, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
You're listening to live play-by-play of your Southridge Skyhawks basketball here on YouTube at Hill Sports 725.
And we're back getting ready for the start of the second quarter between the Grant Generals and your Lady Skyhawks. It's 10-9 Southridge coming into the second quarter. It's going to be Southridge ball going to my right as Molly Morey's making her first appearance in the game. So it's going to be Emil, Morey, Cole, Riverman, and Hoff all in the game for the Skyhawks. Emma's going to be running the point here to start the second quarter, and she's going to be met by Aldridge coming across the half-court line. Grant once again running a 1-3-1 defense as Morey has the ball, gets it back out to Emil. Emil looking for a lane, nothing there. Picks up a dribble, cross-court to Morey, far side wing, guarded by Radford. Goes down low to Cole. Cole kicks it back out to Morey, who has to pass it over to Emil. Finds a lane, takes a 15-footer running layup, and that one's good. Her first basket of the game makes it 12-9 Southridge, 30 seconds into the second quarter. Grant has the ball, Radford passing it around, and finally gets over back to Radford on the far side wing. Goes to the high post to Hickok, where she drives against Hoff, kicks it out to Leonard. Leonard goes to her knees, but kept the dribble. Ball goes back inside to Hickok. Hickok takes the shot, and that one's no good, and it's controlled by Hoff. Southridge has the ball. Emil's going to be bringing it across half court. 7 minutes left in the half. Emil tries to drive the lane, gets out to Hoff, thinks about the three, no. Out to Morey, down low to Cole. She's guarded by two Grant Generals there on the baseline and loses the ball, and it's going to go out of bounds, but it was tipped by Grant. It's going to be Southridge ball. We are a minute 6 into the second. Maggie Freeman and Mikkel Meek are now back in the game for the Skyhawks as they come in for Kaylin Emil and Olivia Cole. 12-9 Hawks, and Freeman's going to be inbounding the ball from the sideline. Looking around where to go, finally goes across court over to Riverman. Riverman tries to drive a lane, kicks it out to Morey for three, and good! Morey with her first shot of the game, it's good for three, and Southridge leads at 15-9. Bradford has the ball, bringing it across half court. Tries to drive the lane against Riverman and Hoff. Shot is up, no good. Controlled by controlled by Radford. Kicks it out to Aldridge, shot no good, controlled by Freeman. Freeman has the ball for Southridge, takes it off to Meek, goes deep to Riverman. Riverman has to kick it back out, she's too far under the hoop, and it's stolen by Grant. Grant goes down low to Leonard, she tries to make a move, no foul is called as she runs into Freeman. Ball goes out of bounds, and it should be off of Grant, should be Southridge ball, and they're going to call it Southridge ball, no foul is called. It could have been a charge, it could have been a block, they let it go, great non-call by the officials. And timeout Grant with 6:16 left in the second quarter. It's 15-9 Southridge. That's going to be a full timeout. And we're going to take a break here on Hill Sports 725 on YouTube.
Hey everyone, this is David Hill, and I just want to thank you for listening to this live stream play-by-play of the game this evening. If you could be so kind, I'd love it if you'd simply click like and feel free to subscribe to Hill Sports 725 as we try to add more games to the channel. Comment below with what you liked or didn't. Feel free to email me at hillsport725@gmail.com. Thanks again, and play on.
And we're back coming to you from the Chiles Center with 6:16 left in the first half. Your Skyhawks lead it by 6, 15-9 against the Grant Generals. Les Schwab Tire Centers is committed to providing world-class service to all of our customers. We're here for the life of your tires and brakes, not just today's transaction. Les Schwab Tires, proud sponsor of the Oregon School Activities Association. Maggie Freeman's going to be inbounding the ball for your Skyhawks and gets it over to Kaylin Emil as Grant brings the full court press. Kicks it across the court to Molly Morey, who's wide open but doesn't take the shot. She waits for everybody else. Kaylin Emil has the ball. Freeman, top of the key now, looking around. Gets it out to Mikkel Meek, who's going to set the play. 6 minutes left in the half. Emil has it on the far side, gets it over to Morey, top of the key. Back over to Meek on the near side wing. Down low to Emil. Oh, great pass to Freeman, goes up for the shot and is fouled. No good on the shot, but Freeman is going to get two shots. And it looks like the foul is on Radford, if I saw that right. No, it looks like it's going to be called on Kyrika Rashid, her first foul, third team foul for the Generals.
Freeman at the line, shooting 2.
Freeman with her first shot, and it's a little bit short, so no good. This game is going to be a low-scoring affair for both teams. They only give up right around 38, 39 points per game each, so this will be interesting to see where it ends up at. Freeman, second shot is good. It's going to be Grant Ball down 7 with just under 6 minutes left to play. Southridge still bringing the full court press as Radford has the ball on the far side. Tries to bump into an Immel, but nothing there. Takes a shot finally from the free throw line, no good. Gets her own rebound on the long ones, drives into the lane. Covered by 3 Skyhawks, no good on that shot. Immel has the ball. She's going to bring it up the court herself, but slows it down finally on the far side. Gets it over to Freeman. Back over to Immel on the far side wing. Directing traffic. Freeman now has the top of the key, kicks it over to Meek. Swung over to Maury on the near side corner, and the ball is tipped and stolen on the pass. Hickok has it, gets it out to Aldridge. Hickok now with it across the half court. He's going to try to drive the lane up against Freeman, and the shot was no good. They're going to call Freeman on that one if she was going for the charge, but not going to get it this time either. So that's going to be Freeman's first foul, 4th team foul, as Cameron Brink's coming back in for Molly Maury, and it looks like Hickok is going to be shooting 2.
For Grant, Katie Ball Strickland and Alexis Richmond in the lineup.
Alexis Richmond and Paige Ball Strickland are both in the game for the first time for the Generals, and it's going to be, it looks like there was no shot on that one. It's going to be Grant Ball here at the baseline. Ball's inbound at the Hickok on the near side corner. Kicks it out over to Richmond. Richmond drives the lane. Goes up for the running layup. No good. Gets her own rebound. And the ball's tipped around, but finally ends up in Leonard's hands at the far side. Kicks it over to Rashid. Finally back out to Richmond. Swung around. Ball's controlled by Strickland now on the near side. Kicked out over to Leonard, top of the key by the half-court circle. Now to the high post. And it looks like that Rashid's going to go up and make the layup. That's going to make it 16-11. Southridge leads it with 4.5 left in the half. Meek passes across court to Maggie Freeman on the near side. Tries to go to a streaking Immel, cutting Immel, and just over her head and out of bounds. Grant is going to control it with 4.5 left to play in the half. Ball's inbounded across half court and ends up in Hickok's hands on the far side. Picks up her dribble, looking for somewhere to go. Finally kicks it out, controlled by Leonard near the half court circle. Southridge still running that 2-3 zone. Richmond has the ball on the near side. Tries to drive the lane, but nothing there. Kicks it out over to Strickland. Swung around, almost stolen by Freeman. And it looks like that Richmond's going to shoot the 3. No good, long. And the ball sticks around, controlled by Immel, and she gets fouled. Fouled, streaking to the court. She would have had nobody in front of her for that one. But the foul is going to be called on Paige Strickland, her first foul, 4th team foul of the game, as Nina Radford comes back in, replacing Darren Hickok for the Generals. 4:11 left in the first half, 16-11. Southridge leads it as Immel inbounds the pass to Freeman near the half-court circle. Meek has the ball controlling traffic here as she gets over to Freeman. Freeman down low to Immel on the streak, reverse layup, and it's good. 7-point lead, just under 4 to play in the half. Leonard has the ball for Grant in the backcourt, guarded by Immel. Going against that full court press, finally gets it across court to Radford. Radford tries to go around Meek, finally gets some space and gets it back over to Leonard at the top of the key. Ball's kicked out over to Strickland. Swung around the perimeter, ends up in Richmond's hands, finally down low to the corner as Radford has the ball, guarded by Freeman. Trying to find a place to go, she's picked up a dribble, Richmond gets it and kicks it back out to Leonard. Leonard, top of the key. Guarded against by Meek, and finally kicks it out to Strickland on the far side. They're swinging the ball around the perimeter, looking for somewhere to go. They want to go down low, where Rashid finally gets the ball against Brink, but kicks it out. Leonard with it, near side wing, cross court. Strickland thinks about it, but no. Radford gets it at the corner, passes it down low over to Rashid, and the shot is up, foul, and it's good. So Karika Rashid is going to get the foul, or excuse me, going to get a free throw shot on the and one. Maggie Freeman's going to get her second 15 foul of the half with 3:10 left. So both Brink and Freeman have to watch their fouls the rest of this half. Well, Sophia Riverman's coming in, and Maggie Freeman's going to get a chance to take a breather here. So Tyrika Rashid is going to be shooting her free throw shot. That one is short, controlled by Brink, and she's going to bring it across the court herself. So it gets it over to Hoff across the center line. Oh, Hoff almost loses it, but it goes out of bounds, and they're going to say that it was off of Grant, Southridge ball. That was nice. So Riverman's going to be inbounding the ball for the Skyhawks here. 3:01 left to play in the half. Meek's going to receive it off the inbounds pass in the back court. Gets it back over to Riverman on the near side wing, cross court back over to Meek. Back over to Riverman. Goes to the high post where Emil is. Emil takes a shot from the free throw line, and it's around and out, no good. Ball's tipped around, and it's controlled by Leonard, who, as she's falling down, saves her dribble, and it's going to get called for a foul. Looks like she had double dribbled there. No, a timeout is called. Timeout Grant, 32nd by Coach Gardner. We're going to go ahead and take a break here on Hill Sports 725 on YouTube. Skyhawks leading by 5 with just under 3 to play.
Hey everyone, this is David Hill, and I just want to thank you for listening to this live stream play-by-play of the game this evening. If you could be so kind, I'd love it if you'd simply click like and feel free to subscribe to Hill Sports 725 as we try to add more games to the channel. Comment below with what you liked or didn't. Feel free to email me at hillsport725@gmail.com. Thanks again, and play on.
And we're back here inside the Chiles Center. It's going to be Grant ball going to my left with 2:43 left to play in the half. Skyhawks lead the game 18-13. This is kind of the game that we were expecting between the number 1 and number 4 seeded teams in this tournament. Grant finally inbounds it, and it's controlled by Leonard coming across half court, trying to drive the lane, but stopped by Hoff. Ball's kicking around, and finally Radford controls it. Shoots the three-pointer from the near side, and it's no good. Hoff has the ball. And a foul is going to be called. Wait a second, what is that? Tyrika Rashid is going to get called for a push. 15 foul second for her. I didn't see what happened, but the ref that was standing closest to me saw it across the court, so that was, great eyes on his part. I didn't see what happened. So we got 2:20 left in the half. Emil has the ball for the Skyhawks. Bringing it across half court, gets it over to Riverman on the far side wing. Kicks it across court back to Emil, thinks about the three, but no. Tries to drive inside the lane and kicks it around. Hoff has it, she goes up for the layup, and that one's around and out, no good. Ball's controlled by Rashid, and the foul's going to be on Hoff for going over and back. That'll be her second foul, 16th foul of the quarter, or the half, with 2:04 left to play in the first. And Hickok comes back in the game, replacing Rashid. Get your state championship merchandise from OSAAstore.com. Get commemorative shirts, sweatshirts, hats, and much more. If you need a shirt from past years, they can get you one as well. That's OSAAstore.com. Grant has the ball in the front court now, controlled by Leonard, running the point. Kicks it to the near side to Richmond, Richmond gets it over to Radford on the near side corner, tries to drive in the lane, nothing there. Kicks out to Hickok, shot's no good, and it's controlled by Southridge. Emil's going to have the ball with 1:40 left in the half. Southridge leading by 5, kicks it over to Cameron Brink, and across court to Sophia Riverman. Down low to Hoff finally on the block, guarded by Radford. Tries to make a move, over to Freeman, over to Meek, who takes a three, no good. Emil has it, takes the shot, no good. And the ball's going to be controlled by Hoff on the near side. Gets it down low to, great pass, and the shot is blocked, the foul's going to be called. Hoff saved the ball, got it down low to Emil, who immediately made the pass to a cutting Brink, and gets fouled on the shot, and the foul is going to go against Alexis Richmond, her first, and that's going to be 16 foul for the Generals. First round is up, looks long, and it's a little wide right.
Freeman returns for Southridge. Aldridge returns for Grant.
And so we've got a substitution coming on here. So Maggie Freeman's now in the game. So Freeman, Brink, Hoff, Meek, and Emil are all on the court for your Skyhawks. 1:21 left in the half. Second shot is up. That one also looks long. That was no good. Controlled by Radford. Leonard has the ball coming across half court. Southridge is pulling back a little bit with 1:15 left in the half and up by 5. Aldridge back over to Leonard on the far side wing. Back over to Aldridge, swinging around the perimeter. Richmond has it. Near side guarded by Emil. Aldridge trying to drive into the lane. Nothing there. Leonard now gets it back over to Richmond. Looking inside. They want to go to the high post. Nothing there.
Leonard has it. Back over to Richmond. Thinking about the three, but nothing. Thought about driving in. Nothing there either. Leonard has the ball with 50 seconds left. Richmond, near side wing, is slinging it around the perimeter here as it ends up in Aldridge's hands. Down low to the corner where Radford is waiting. Looking down low, trying to drive inside. Under the basket, nothing there. The great non-college ball's controlled by Hickok as he tries to shoot it and is blocked by Hoff. And then Southridge controls it. Grant wants a foul. Meek has the ball on the far side wing. 30 seconds left. Immel now slowing it down. Gets it back over to Meek. Down low to Hoff. Hoff making a move. Kicks it out to Freeman. Almost stolen by Hickok. 20 seconds. They're going to hold it for the last shot here. Immel guarded by Aldridge. Coming across to the near side wing. Looks down low. Finally gets to the top of the key. 8 seconds left. Meek has the ball. Cross court to Immel. 5 seconds left. Got to do something. Tries to drive into the lane. 2 seconds. Down low to Brink. Goes up. And it's no good at the buzzer as Brink missed the shot. Southridge are going to the locker room up by 5. A lot of shots not dropping. We will take a break at this point here on Hill Sports 725. We're at halftime of the semifinals of the OSAA US Bank Les Schwab Ladies Basketball State Championships. Your Skyhawks lead it by 5. This is Hill Sports 725 on YouTube.
At Les Schwab Tires, winter is our favorite time of year, not because of snow angels or hot cocoa, but because we get to talk about winter driving conditions all day long. In fact, nothing excites us more than showing folks how to install a set of chains or hooking them up with some snow tires before they head up to the mountains. Because skiing and sledding are great, but you don't want to do them while you're driving. Les Schwab Tires. Doing the right thing matters.
Who do I play for? I play high school basketball for every baller who ever played a pickup game on a driveway, playground, or alley. Because we all share the same dream. I play for buzzer beaters, big-time boards, and burying rainmakers. I play high school basketball for the chance to put my hometown in Oregon on the map by playing in a state championship.
Only 0.5% of all high school student athletes play basketball in college, but all 100% of them become adults. That's why playing basketball in their high school team is so important. High school athletes learn life lessons that help them grow up, lessons that can't be taught in the classroom and often aren't taught at home.
I play high school basketball because I love performing in front of a capacity crowd in my hometown gym.
This message presented by the Oregon School Activities Association and the Oregon Athletic Directors Association.
And we're back here inside the Chiles Center where your Skyhawks lead the game at halftime, 18-13 against the number 4 seeded Grant Generals. Here are the halftime stats brought to you by the OSAA. For the away team, the Grant Generals, number 4 seeded and number 1 ranking out of the GIL. As far as points go, it looks like that Kyrika Rashid has 8 of the 13 points scored by Grant. Maya Aldridge has 3, Maren Leonard has the other 2. Grant Generals have 16 total rebounds, 7 offensive, 9 defensive. They're only shooting 17.9% from the field and are 1 for 4 from beyond the arc, and they are 2 for 3 from the free throw line. For your Skyhawks, it's spread around pretty diversely. Cameron Brink is the leader with 6 points, all of them coming in the first quarter. She also has 2 fouls. Natalie Hoff has 1 point, but she's also got 5 rebounds, 4 of them on the defensive side. Kaylin Immel and Maggie Freeman both have 4 points apiece. Molly Morey has 3 as well, coming out to the 18 points where they have the half. As a team, they have 20 rebounds, once again led by Natalie Hoff with 5, 16 of them on the defensive side, 4 on the offensive side. They are shooting 36.8% from the field, 25% from the field from the 3-point range at 2 of 8, and they are shooting only 33% at 2 for 6 from the free throw line. So, as far as the keys to the game here that we talked about pregame, first off, Brink's foul trouble. She's got 2 at the half, which isn't so bad, but you only get 5 in high school. So she's got to be very careful, especially in this third quarter when it comes to the fouls. Both of her fouls, I mean, they weren't bad plays. She was making good defensive plays on them, from what I could see. And so she just got the benefit of the referee's whistle, taking a look at that. Except, you know what, I take that back. One of the fouls was good. The second one, she definitely made a pushing motion. Probably trying to get positioning, probably trying to get the Grant player to run into the ball handler. I think it was Hickok that had the ball at the time. And got caught by that. So she's got to watch her foul trouble in the third quarter. That's going to be a big key here as we start the second half. Emma and Freeman, they needed to be consistent. Well, they combined for a total of 8 points, which, I mean, isn't so bad considering that's about 45% of your team's scoring, and the opponents have only scored 13. So combined, they've almost matched Grant's output. Their combined total ties that of Tyrika Rashid on the Grant side, but they're going to need to step it up in the second half for sure. I mean, Kaylin Himmel herself is 2 for 6 from the field and 0 for 2 from beyond the arc. Maggie Freeman's only made bucket from the field as a 3-pointer. She's shooting 1 for 3 from the field and is 1 for 2 from beyond the arc. She's also 1 for 2 from the free throw line. So getting to the line is going to be very important as well for this Hawks team in the second half. They're a great shooting free throw team, so they're going to want to look to go down low again to Hoff and Brink and see if they can get on the line and see if they get some points that way as well. Lastly, speed up the game for Grant. Really, it's not been sped up any more than what it normally is. It's actually going rather slowly, comparatively speaking, to especially last night, where Southridge just ran St. Mary's out of this gym, winning 82-42. This is a much different game. Grant is very much so like Southridge in almost all respects, except they don't have 2 players over 6 feet tall. So aside from the height advantage, both teams look eerily similar when it comes to their style of play, as well as who they trust with the ball on the offensive side. And so it's going to be interesting to see the adjustments that Coach Bergman as well as Coach Gardner made for their teams in the locker room. So we're going to take another break at this point. When we come back, we're going to get prepared for the second half of play here at the Chiles Center in the semifinals of the OSAA US Bank Les Schwab Ladies Basketball State Championship between the number 4 seeded Grant Generals and your number 1 seeded Southridge Skyhawks here on Hill Sports 725 on YouTube. We'll be right back.
The renovators know where to put a wall, a window, a room. Most importantly, the renovators know what they want, and that's the most admirable skill of all.
A home equity line of credit from U.S. Bank could help make your house the home you've always wanted. Visit a U.S. Bank branch, usbank.com/dreambig, or call 800-209-BANK. U.S. Bank, the power of possible. Some restrictions may apply, subject to credit approval. Mortgage and home equity products offered by U.S. Bank National Association, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
At Les Schwab Tires, winter is our favorite time of year, not because of snow angels or hot cocoa, but because we get to talk about winter driving conditions all day long. In fact, nothing excites us more than showing folks how to install a set of chains or hooking them up with some snow tires before they head up to the mountains. Because skiing and sledding are great, but you don't want to do them while you're driving. Les Schwab Tires. Doing the right thing matters.
And we're back coming to you from the University of Portland's Chiles Center here for the semifinals of the OSAA US Bank Les Schwab Ladies Basketball State Championships, where your Skyhawks lead 18-13 against the number 4 seeded Grant Generals. Want to earn some fun spending money and keep active and fit, stay in the game, and give back to our student athletes? Become an OSAA certified sports official. There is a big shortage of officials in Oregon. We need you. Visit osaa.org/officials and get started on a great application. The teams are coming back out onto the court, warmed up for the second half as we get ready for the rest of this game here. Once again, this has been a game that has been very much so expected to be a close game. Coming into this, once again, as we visit the statistics prior to tonight, Grant scores on average 65 points a game. Southridge scores 64, and they both give up just over 39 points per game. So they're very equal when it comes to their offensive and defensive prowess. Right now, it's been a matchup of shots not dropping, as well as pretty good defensive play on both sides, here for a combined 31 points. So we'll see kind of where this ends up at. I kind of have a feeling that if Southridge can get hot, well, if either team can get hot, we're going to end up seeing one or both of these teams end up scoring in the 40s or 50s, as at least Southridge, from what I've seen, has been known to do. They can kind of start slow a little bit, they get the initial jitters out, and then they end up going off in the second half. So we'll see how the adjustments work for both Grant and the Skyhawks, and what their respective coaches have done. Personally, I'm interested to see what Maggie Freeman and Kaylin Immel do the rest of the game. As far as fouls go, Immel doesn't have any, so that puts Southridge in a good position. Maggie Freeman, Natalie Hoff, and Cameron Brink each have 2 for the Skyhawks, so they're really going to want to watch that here in the third quarter. And then on the Grant side, Kyrika Rashid has 2, and then Maren Leonard, and then Paige Strickland, as well as Alexis Richmond, each have 1 for the Generals. So it's going to be Grant's ball to start the second half. Once again, Grant is looking over blue uniforms with white trim, white lettering. They'll now be going from my left to right, and the Skyhawks in their traditional home white uniforms with red lettering, and going from my right to left to start the second half. It looks like Radford's going to be inbounding the ball as Grant takes it to the court. He's going to be passing it into Aldridge, guarded by Immel in the backcourt, coming across the center line. Leonard now has the ball. Southridge running the 2-3 zone once again. It looks like they're running a little bit taller than before, and they finally go down low to Hickok. Hickok passes over to blocked by Freeman. The pass is down low to Kyrika Rashid and gets just stuffed by Maggie Freeman. 13 seconds into the second half. Grant has the ball. Leonard trying to inbound it, gets it over to Rashid down low, guarded by Hoff, tries to make a move. Out to Radford at the high post. Passes it down low to Hickok, who lays it up and in. 18-15, Southridge lead 30 seconds into the second half. Meek has the ball, gets it across court to Immel, and they cross the half-court line, pass back over to Meek. The ball is tipped by Hickok, going out of bounds, and it's going to be Southridge ball on the sideline. So we've got Immel, Hoff, Meek, Brink, and Freeman, all the starters for both teams, are on the court here at the beginning of the third quarter. 7:24 left in the third. Meek has the ball top of the key, moving over to the far side wing, goes to the high post where Freeman's waiting. Kicks it out to Immel, cross court over to Meek. Far side corner, kicks it over to Freeman, the high post, back to Meek, same spot. Tries to make a move, goes down low to Freeman, who passes down low to Brink, who's double teamed, makes a move, and the shot's no good, controlled by Leonard, who's bringing it across court in a hurry. 7 minutes left to play in the third quarter. 3-point lead for Skyhawks as the ball gets swung around. Radford has the ball, passes over to Leonard at the top of the key, guarded by Meek. Southridge and Grant both have young rosters. Ball down low to Hickok, blocked by Brink as she sends it out of bounds and says, like Dikembe Mutombo, not in my house. 6:42 left in the third, and a 3-point Skyhawk lead. As I was saying, Southridge and Grant both have pretty young teams. Southridge starts 2 freshmen. Grant starts 3 sophomores here in the semifinal game. Just about 2.5 minutes into the third quarter, ball is controlled by Rashid at down low, guarded by Hoff. Tries to make a move, passes it down low to Hickok on the other side. Kicks it back out to Leonard, to Radford. Tries to drive on Freeman, picks up the dribble. Leonard gets the ball and is stuffed again by Brink. As Southridge controls the ball, Meek loses it, and there's a diving bodies all over the place for the ball as Brink and Leonard end up on a jump ball with 6:13 left in the third quarter. It's going to be going to Southridge as Meek lost the ball there. Brink was able to save the day and get the ball back on the jump. Kaylin Immel inbounding it for the Skyhawks. Meek has the ball. Southridge is yet to score here 2 minutes into the second half. Ball's kicked down low to Freeman. He tries to go up for the shot, and a foul's going to be called. It looks like it's going to be on Aldridge. Freeman's going to get 2. It is on Aldridge. That'll be her first foul. First of the half for either team.
Freeman at the line shooting 2.
Maggie Freeman's going to be shooting her 3rd and 4th free throws of the game. She went 1 for 2 in the first half, and first one is up and in. Gets Southridge on the board 2 minutes into the 3rd quarter. Second shot is up, and that one is good as well. It's 20 to 15 Southridge as Grant inbounds the ball. Leonard controls it and passes it out to Rashid, who tries to drive into the lane on the near side. Kicks it back out to Radford, picks up her dribble, back over to Rashid from the near side corner. Ball controlled by Radford, near side wing, guarded by Meek. Trying to look for a lane to go in. She drives into the lane and is blocked by Brink. That's 3 blocks this quarter by Cameron Brink. Immel has it. Goes to a streaking Brink, who saves the ball out of bounds and is controlled by Immel on the near side wing. Immel over to Meek on the near side corner. Kicks it back out to Immel and over to Freeman on the far side. And ball is stolen as they try to go inside, and Brink goes for the steal, and the foul's going to be called as Radford is going across half court. Brink's going to get her 3rd foul. Radford is incredulous. I don't know if she wanted an intentional foul or if she wanted the layup. But that'll be number 3 on Brink. First for the half as Sophia Riverman comes back into the game, replacing Cameron Brink. So Radford's going to be inbounding the ball for the Generals from the half-court line. 5:21 left in the 3rd quarter. 5-point lead for the Skyhawks. Aldridge has the ball, passing across court to Leonard. Back over to Aldridge, top of the key, passes around the perimeter. Back goes to Radford in the near side corner. Back out to Hickok. Down low to Rashid, guarded by Hawk. Kicks it back out to Aldridge, passing it around. Radford now has it. Aldridge controls it, slowing it down. Set the play. Leonard now controls it, they're passing it back and forth. Leonard, near side wing, looking to go inside, but nothing's there. Hickok almost gets away with the travel there, but cut your foot. Radford has it on the near side corner, backs down by the machine, makes a move, goes up, and that one's good. 20-17, Southridge leads it, as Michaela Meek is going to be bringing up from the back court. Grant's doing a full court press. It's kind of a light press, and Riverman has the ball on the near side. Over to Meek, wide open for the 3, thinks about it, but no, back over to Riverman. Back over to Meek. She takes a 3 this time, looks good, and that one is! Michaela Meek, her first basket of the semis, and it's 23-17, Southridge. Hickok has the ball coming across half court. The ball's tipped on the pass. Hoff ends up with it. Freeman bringing it across half court for the Skyhawks. 4:05 left in the 3rd quarter. Southridge up by 6. Immel, top of the key. Gets it over to Riverman, near side, drives the lane. Kicks it out to Meek on the near side corner. Guarded by Radford, down low to Hoff. Hoff makes a move on Rashid, passes out to Freeman. Freeman for 3, it looks short, and it is. Controlled by Radford. Leonard trying to streak across, but she's met with Freeman and Hoff. Goes up for the layup, and it's good. No foul's called. Leonard makes her 2nd basket of the game, first of the half. 23-19, Southridge. And Immel tries to get the pass over to Meek on the far side as it's kicked out of bounds by Hickok. Southridge using a shorter bench here today. They've only gone to 8 different players, but they've also had a much closer game here than expected. Well, not expected, than normal. Riverman goes down low to Freeman, who reverse lays it up, and it's good, 25-19. Leonard wants the ball immediately, tries to go up against Immel and slowed down. She has it at the top of the key, passes it across over to Aldridge at the far side. They're going to be passing it back and forth here. Aldridge finally gets it over to Radford on the near side corner, or wing, excuse me. They're looking for that high post play. Aldridge now on the far side. Cross-court pass over to Radford, met by Immel, tries to drive the lane, and it's blocked by Hoff. And the ball goes out of bounds. It's going to be Grant Ball. 4 blocks in the half for the Skyhawks, 3 for Cameron Brink, 1 for Natalie Hoff. 25-19. Skyhawks lead it with just under 3 to play in the 3rd. Radford inbounds to Hickok. Passes over to Aldridge, who's sitting around the perimeter. Leonard finally controls it, guarded by Riverman. Aldridge, top of the key, guarded by Meek. Southridge running a man-to-man defense, it looks like. Down to the high post. Rashid has it. Guarded by Hoff. Makes a move. Over to a wide open Hickok and lays it up and in. 25-21. 2.5 left in the third quarter. Riverman's going to be bringing it across half court. Gets it to the middle where Immel's waiting. Freeman now has it. Thinks about the three, but no. Meek back over to Freeman. Freeman takes the three this time, and no good. But rebound controlled by Riverman. Riverman kicks it back out to Meek. Meek, top of the key. Back over to Freeman on the far side wing. Down low to Hoff. He makes a move on Rashid. Kicks it out to Freeman. Freeman, cross court to Riverman to Freeman, who makes a 10-footer from inside the paint. She's got 6 in the quarter. 27-21. Southridge leads it. Ball tipped on the pass from Aldridge. Immo steals it on the pass. 2 minutes left. Southridge up by 6. Freeman now has it on the far side. Calling for the play. Gets it over to Meek. Now at the half-court circle. Molly Moore is coming in the game for the Skyhawks for the next whistle. Immel over to Riverman on the near side wing. Gets it down low to Hoff. Guarded by Rashid. Makes the move. Goes up. No fouls called. It's no good. Controlled by Grant. Grant. Hickok trying to drive it up herself. It goes up. Loses the ball. And it's going to be out of bounds. Southridge ball. So Molly Moore is coming into the game for Maggie Freeman as Alexis Richmond and Paige Ball Strickland are back in the game, substituting in for Amaya Aldridge and Darren Hickok for the Generals. 1:35 left to play in the third quarter. It's 27-21. Southridge ball going to my left. Meek has it, and Grant bringing in a kind of a light full-court press here. They want to look for a trap, and it's passed across to Riverman. Riverman looking for a lane, picks up a dribble, kicks it back out to Immel, top of the key. Now Meek has it near side, back over to the corner where Riverman's waiting, looking down low. Ball's kicked off of Richmond's foot, and it goes out of bounds. They don't see the kickball, went off her leg, but it will be out of bounds. Southridge ball with 1:17 left in the quarter. So Riverman, Morey, Meek, Immel, and Hoffa on the court for your Skyhawks as they inbound it on the sideline nearest me. 1:17 left to play in the third quarter. Southridge leads it by 6. Immel gets on the inbounds from Riverman. Meek now controlling it, guarded by Strickland. Grant still in their 2-3 zone. Morey has it on the far side. Again, guarded by Strickland here. The triple dribble tries to go down low, and Radford's going to get called for the foul against Immel as she was trying to get the pass from Morey. And that is going to be Radford's first foul of the game. Second team foul for Grant with 1:03 left to play in the quarter. Ball's inbounded to Hoff down low. Makes a move and it's tipped around. Finally ends up in Meek's hands at the far side corner. Back down low to Hoff. Tries to kick it out to Morey and it's stolen by Leonard. Leonard going to bring it across court. 27-21, just under a minute to play. Southridge leads it. Leonard, top of the key, picks up her dribble. Passes over to Strickland. On the far side, they're swinging it around the perimeter. Now it's controlled by Richmond. Tries to find a lane, nothing there. They're looking for the high post where they have a waiting Rashid. And Richmond goes down low on the lane, no good. Ball's controlled by Southridge. Immel has it with 30 seconds left to play in the quarter. And the ball's going to go out of bounds. It's going to be tipped by Strickland, and Southridge will continue their possession. 26.7 seconds left here in the third quarter. Skyhawks lead it by 6. As Immel's going to be inbounding it for the Hawks. Meek gets it into the backcourt. 23 seconds left in the quarter. They're going to let it tick down. They want the final shot of the quarter here, up by 6. Started by Richmond. Tries to make a move into the lane. Nothing there. Great dribble around her back. Oh, and she makes a move out to Immel for 3. No good. Oh, she broke her ankles on that move, and the ball is now controlled by Hoff. And no good on that shot. Controlled by Riverman. 1 second left and no good. They can't get the shot off there. What a move by Mikkel Meek to break the ankles of Alexis Richmond. Unfortunately, the shot didn't go in, but it's going to be the fourth quarter. Southridge leads it by 6 here on Hill Sports 725. We'll take a break, and we'll be right back with the final quarter of the semifinals of the OSAA US Bank Les Schwab Ladies Basketball State Championships here on YouTube.
College life can be pretty tough. Sure, there are parties and tailgates, but there are also finals, late shifts, and dreaded group projects, which is why U.S. Bank believes in making college a little easier. With our student checking account, you can enjoy money-saving benefits like no monthly maintenance fee. Plus, you have free access to over 4,900 ATMs. And with our online banking and mobile app, you can bank from home. So open your checking account today. It may just be the easiest thing about college. U.S. Bank. The power of possible. Deposit products offered by U.S. Bank National Association, member FDIC.
You're listening to live play-by-play of your Southridge Skyhawk basketball here on YouTube at Hill Sports 725.
And we're back coming to you from the University of Portland Chiles Center, where your Skyhawks lead against the number 4 Grant Generals 27-21. It's going to be Grant Ball. Going from my left to right to start the fourth quarter. The good news is Southridge has won every quarter thus far, leading to a 6-point lead. Bad news is they are just not shooting very well, but neither team is. Radford inbounds the ball to Leonard across the front court. Finally controlled by Aldridge at the half-court circle. Gets it over to Radford near side, back over to Leonard, top of the key. Southridge back into their 2-3 zone. Radford with it, guarded by Immel. Passes it down low to Hickok. Aldridge takes a three-pointer, and that one's long, and tipped around, and finally controlled by Immel. Immel's going to bring it across half court, tries to get over to Brink down low, and a foul is called on the pass. And Grant can't believe it. They are beside themselves. They think that's a terrible call, but they threw Cameron Brink to the ground. Garrett Hickok gets her second foul. It's going to be the third team foul. As Cameron Brink was trying to receive the pass, Hickok threw her to the ground, and so it's going to be Southridge ball at the baseline, 27 seconds in. Pass inbounded to Brink at the high post, but shot's no good. Controlled by Grant. Leonard has the ball on the near side wing. Gets it back over to Aldridge. Goes to the high post and back around. Aldridge now with the top of the key. Gets it over to Radford on the far side. Back over to Aldridge. Thinks about the three. No. Back out to Radford. 2-3 zone. Not letting anything down low. Finally gets it down low to Rashid, and he tries to make a move. Kicks it back out for Leonard for a long two-pointer. That one's no good. Southridge controls it. Freeman now has it. She's going to bring it across half court herself. We're a little over 60 seconds into the final frame. Brink has it now, top of the key. Gets over to Immel. Swung around to Meek. Hoff has it down low. Kicks it back out to Immel. Thinks about the three. Nothing there. Brink now has it and he's going to get called for the travel. That was just a freshman mistake. Got to dribble first, Cameron. Got to dribble first. 6:44 left to play in the game. 6 points. Southridge leads at 27-21. Nobody scored here in the fourth quarter just yet. Grant tries to go deep on the inbounds pass, and it's tipped by Freeman, and it gets over to Hickok. Hickok tries to drive on Brink, and it's blocked. And it's out of bounds. And Brink tries to save it out, and it goes to Grant. The refs are letting them play, ladies and gentlemen. Grant fans cannot believe it. Coach Gardner can't believe it. Wanted the foul, but she got all ball on that one. Leonard inbounds the ball for the Generals. Kicks it out to Radford on the near side corner. Tries to drive inside on Freeman. Picks up her dribble. Goes for the shot. No shot. And she's going to get called for, it's going to be a blocking foul on Freeman. That'll be her second team foul of the half. But they're not going to give the shot to Radford on that one. 6:33 left to play in the fourth quarter. 27-21. Nobody scored here in the fourth quarter. Radford's going to be inbounding it from the baseline for Grant as they set up in the box formation. All the starters are out on the court for Skyhawks. Ball swung around, finally controlled by Aldridge, back over to Radford in the near side corner. Guarded by Freeman in the 2-3 zone. Rashid has it now down low. Takes it back out to Hickok, back to Rashid. They want to get something down low, but nothing's there. Hickok makes a move into the lane and blocked by Brink. Brink controls it. Gets it over to Maggie Freeman, 2-on-1 with him, but she loses the ball and controls it, kicks it out to Hoff on the near side. Hoff gets it back over to Meek, she's going to set the play. They had a chance there, but just couldn't control the pass. Meek gets it over to Freeman at the high post, down low to Hoff. Hoff lays it up and in! Her first basket of the game, she's got 3 points. It's 29-21 Southridge. 5:50 left to play. Radford has the ball on the far side, guarded by Freeman, tries to drive into the lane, takes a shot from the high post, and that one's good. And timeout Grant. It's 29-23, 5:43 left to play in the game. 6-point lead with the Skyhawks, full timeout. And we'll take a break here on here at the OSAA US Bank Les Schwab State Championships on Hill Sports 725 on YouTube.
Hey everyone, this is David Hill, and I just want to thank you for listening to this live stream play-by-play of the game this evening. If you could you'd be so kind, I'd love it if you'd simply click like and feel free to subscribe to Hill Sports 725 as we try to add more games to the channel. Comment below with what you liked or didn't. Feel free to email me at hillsport725@gmail.com. Thanks again and play on.
And we're back here in the Chiles Center with 5:43 left to play in the fourth quarter. Skyhawks lead at 29-23. At US Bank, we team together to support our customers and our community. We are pleased to champion athletic and activity-based programs that enrich the quality of life for everyone. You can count on every US Banker to serve you and to cheer on the spirit of teamwork. From the start of the game to the final whistle, US Bank is proud to support the Oregon Schools Activities Association. US Bank, Equal Housing Lender, member, FDIC. So it's going to be Southridge ball from the backcourt baseline as we've got Hawk, Emma, Meek, Freeman, and Brink all on the court for your Skyhawks. And it's all starters for Grant as well. Hawk is going to be inbounding it, and Grant is going to be bringing on a little bit more full court pressure here to start this round. Emma receives the inbound pass, picks up a dribble, goes across court to Freeman, who is in the front court. She holds the ball, waiting for everybody, guarded by Leonard. She makes a move, tries to go into the lane, kicks it across to Meek, who's on the near side, guarded by Hickok. Great move by Meek to try to get into the lane, but nothing there. Emil now has it on the near side wing, looking for Brink, but she's guarded by Rashid very closely. And Emil almost loses the ball, but saves it before it goes over and back. Meek now has it, gets it back over to Emil on the far side wing. Kick out to Freeman, looking down low, cross court to Meek. Meek shoots the three-pointer, looks good, but short. Rebound to Grant. The ball passes cross court to Hickok. The shot is up, it's good, and the foul is on Emil. That'll be Emil's first, third team foul of the half. Makes it a 4-point game with just over 5 minutes left to play in regulation. Hickok has been the player to go to for Grant. He has a chance to make it a 3-point game. Shot is up and no good. Hoff gets the rebound, and Rashid tried to flop a offensive charge, but nothing there. Meek now has the ball, kicks it over to Hoff, who wasn't really ready for it, but saves it. Back to Meek, almost stolen by Leonard, but makes a great move. Tries to go inside, kicks it out to Hoff at the top of the key. Looking around, guarded very tightly by Leonard. A foul could be called here, but nothing there. She drives in the lane, tries to get it to Brink, has it down low, guarded by Radford. Up, and no foul called. Brink misses the shot, but Grant controls it. 4-point game, 4.5 left. Leonard makes a great move against Meek, coming across half short. 29-25, Southridge has it with Aldridge controlling the ball for Grant. Bradford has it down low on the far side, kicks out to Aldridge. Long two-pointer from the free throw line, no good. Rebound goes to Freeman. And the ball gets across court in a hurry. Brink up and in, no foul is called. Southridge is upset, they wanted that one, but they're leaving it alone, the refs are letting them play. 31-25, Southridge is up. Leonard has the ball on the far side, tries to drive into the lane. To a wide open machine, blocked by Hoff, and that foul's going to get called. Where was the foul on Brink? 3:54 left. Hoff is going to get her third foul, fourth team foul of the half. And it looks like Rashid is going to be shooting two free throws here late in the game. And Coach Bergman wants a timeout. He is upset. He wants a full one. He wants to calm his girls down a little bit. If that was a foul on Hoff, that certainly was a foul for Green, but they're not going to call it, and we're going to take a break here on Hill Sports 725 on YouTube.
Hey everyone, this is David Hill, and I just want to thank you for listening to this live stream play-by-play of the game this evening. If you could be so kind, I'd love it if you'd simply click like and feel free to subscribe to Hill Sports 725 as we try to add more games to the channel. Comment below with what you liked or didn't. Feel free to email me at hillsport725@gmail.com. Thanks again, and play on.
And we're back inside the Chiles Center with 3:54 left in the game. Your Skyhawks lead the semifinal matchup against the Grant Generals by 6, 31-25. Les Schwab is a proud supporter of the Oregon School Activities Association. For more than 60 years, Les Schwab Tire Centers has taken pride in performance, providing superior value, and building customers for life. With more than 450 stores across the West, you're never too far from your local Les Schwab. Les Schwab, doing the right thing matters. So it's going to be Kyrika Rashid shooting 2 for the Generals, trying to bring her team back to within 4 with just under 4 minutes to play in regulation. First shot is up and it's long and no good. Both student sections are cheering on their respective teams. The Southridge fans seem to be a little bit louder. They both have about the same amount of fans in the stands. Second shot is up, and that one is good. It's going to be 31-26. Southridge has the ball. Hoff inbounds it to Immel. Olivia Cole's in the game here in the fourth quarter, as well as Sophia Riverman. And the ball's cross court to Freeman. He goes up for the layup. That one's good. 33-26. Grant has the ball. 3:40 left to play. Leonard has the ball, guarded by Riverman. 2-3 zone defense by Southridge. Leonard, top of the key, passes around to Radford on the far side wing. They're looking around to go back to the high post. Nothing's there, though. Ball ends up in Hickok's hands, far side wing. Over to Radford, far side corner, looking for that lane. Finally goes down low to Rashid, makes a move on Hoff. Blocked! Nothing there. Back out to Radford, shoots the 3, and that one is no good. Ball's controlled by Immel. Hoff now has it, goes across over to Riverman, bringing it across half court. She's driving it in herself, over to Freeman, 4-3, and shot is up, but a timeout called, 30-second by Coach Bergman. Before that shot was taken by Freeman, it would have been no good anyway, but we'll take a break once again here on Hill Sports 725 on YouTube.
College life can be pretty tough. Sure, there are parties and tailgates, but there are also finals, late shifts, and dreaded group projects. Which is why U.S. Bank believes in making college a little easier. With our student checking account, you can enjoy money-saving benefits like no monthly maintenance fee. Plus, you have free access to over 4,900 ATMs. And with our online banking and mobile app, you can bank from home. So open your checking account today. It may just be the easiest thing about college. U.S. Bank, the power of possible. Deposit products offered by U.S. Bank National Association, member FDIC.
We're back here in the Chiles Center at Southridge, getting ready to inbound it on the sideline right next to their bench. Southridge leads at 33-26 with 3:08 left to play in the game, and Maggie Freeman's going to be inbounding it for the Skyhawks. Gets it over to Hoff at the top of the key, controlled now by Meek in the half-court circle, guarded by Leonard. Tries to make a move, looking for a lane, but nothing there. Passes over to Emma on the near side, gets double teamed. Finally goes around, picks up her dribble, back over to Meek on the near side. Almost lost it, but drives into the lane. Tries to go to Hoff, the ball's tipped, controlled by Aldridge. Grant has the ball, 2:49 left to play. Aldridge tries to drive into the lane, shoots it from the free throw line. No good, and it's controlled by Cameron Brink. Meek has the ball coming across half court, almost fouled by Leonard, almost loses it, and the jump ball is called as Hickok almost got the steal, but it's possession Southridge, so I'll take that instead of the steal and an easy 2-point bucket that Hickok would have had. 2:35 to play. Ball is inbounded to Meek, guarded by Leonard. Looks like Grant's running a man-to-man defense, and a foul is called on Hickok as Meek tried to drive into the lane. That's going to be her fourth team foul of the half. Both teams have 4. Southridge has 2 full timeouts, no 30 seconds, and Grant has 1 of each with 2:30 left to play. 33-26, Skyhawks lead it. Maggie Freeman inbounding the ball for Southridge. Gets it over to Hoff, near the half-court circle, met by Radford, and Radford's going to be called for the foul. That's going to be number 5 for the team, Radford's second, and Southridge's going to be inbounding it once again. Want the latest information of your favorite high school teams? Log on to OSAA.org. The OSAA has schedule scores and official rankings for all member schools and all team sports. At OSAA.org, you'll also find playoff brackets, broadcast schedules, and historical records. For more information, visit OSAA.org. Hoff has the ball, she rises into the lane, gets it over to Brink, wide open down low, takes a shot, nothing there, and she misses the shot. Ball's controlled by Hickok, tries to drive in the lane herself, and is met with 3 Southridge players all over her. No foul's called, they're letting the play there, and the ball ends up going towards Freeman, just out of her reach. 2:08 left to play, 33-26. Nobody's getting the calls on these ones. That's been fairly consistent, but Grant's going to call their final 30-second timeout. They'll be left with 1. As 2:08 is left to play, Southridge leads at 33-26, and we'll take a break here in the semifinals of the OSAA U.S. Bank Les Schwab Ladies Basketball State Championships here on Hill Sports 725 on YouTube. You're listening to live play-by-play of your Southridge Skyhawk basketball
here on YouTube at Hill Sports 725.
And we're back inside University of Portland's Chiles Center. 2:08 left to play. Southridge leads it by 7, 33-26, and it'll be Grant ball at the baseline in the backcourt. All the starters are on the court for both teams as Grant inbounds the ball. Leonard controls it, guarded by Emil, bringing it across the half-court line. Finally picks up a dribble, passes it over to Aldridge, who has it at the top of the key. Back over to Leonard. Looking for Rashid at the high post. Radford has it. They go to the high post where Rashid is. Tries to make a move, travels, gets away with it, and misses the shot. And Grant controls it and is fouled by Leonard while she was trying to get out of the way. Leonard is going to get her second foul. That'll be number 6 on Grant. Every foul from here on out is a free throw for Southridge. 1:48 left to play. Hoff is going to be inbounding it for the Skyhawks. Off inbounds, and it's tipped by Radford and stolen on the inbounds pass. And the ball goes over to Leonard, and it was tipped around and swatted at by Freeman. Goes out of bounds, and Grant's going to retain possession with 1:43 left to play. Southridge up by 7. Leonard's going to be inbounding it nearest her sideline. Passes it inbounds, and Radford has it on the far side wing. Takes a long three-pointer, and that one's good. 33-29, Southridge has the ball. Bringing it across court. Hoff is going to bring it across that half-court line in the full-court press. Controlled finally by Freeman. Picks up her dribble, but gets it over to McElmeek. 4-point game. Southridge leads. And timeout is called by Coach Bergman as Emil's getting thrown to the ground. Meek is met by 3 Grant players. The full timeout is called. And we'll be right back here on Hill Sports 725 on YouTube while we try to make sense of what just happened.
At Les Schwab Tires, we believe there's no such thing as bad weather, just bad tires. Rain? No problem. Sleet? Sounds good. Flash flood advisories due to winter storms? Well, you might want to stay off the roads for that one. So whatever the forecast holds, now's a good time to come by and let us take a look. We'll let you know if you need adjustments for the season, or for that matter, if you don't. Les Schwab Tires. Doing the right thing matters.
And we're back here inside the Chiles Center with 1:20 left in regulation. Southridge leads it by 4. Their closest game since a January 20th meeting against Sunset, where they ended up winning that game by 9 points. They have a plus 23 differential in the regular season, but that doesn't mean anything here against the 4th best team in the state who really wants to pull off the upset. Southridge is going to have the ball over by the scorer's bench as they inbounds it. All starters are in for both teams as they're going to be finishing this thing out. Brinkenhoff and Freeman all have 3 fouls, so we've got to watch out here in the last 80 seconds. Freeman inbounds it to Hoff in the front court. Grant's going to be running the man-to-man defense. Hoff tries to make a move, passes it out to Freeman finally at the top of the key. Drives into the lane, nothing there. Emil now has it near side wing, met by 2 Grant defenders, but gets it out to McElmeek. Meek gets it over to Emil, who's met by more Grant defenders, and they're trying to get the ball, they're trying to foul, and finally call the foul. Finally call it, as they were all over Kaylin Emil, and that's going to be 1-1. I don't even know who the foul was on. That one's going to be on Amaya Aldridge, her second, and 17th foul of the half. They could have called 3 or 4 fouls, all within 5 seconds prior to that one. The refs are trying to let them play as much as possible, but it's 1-1 for Kaylin Emil. She hasn't scored since the second quarter, but had a chance to put her team up by 6 if she makes them both. First one's up, and that one's no good. Controlled by Grant. Hickok has it, picks up a dribble in the backcourt, gets it across to Aldridge. Aldridge gets it over to Leonard on the near side of the wing. Aldridge has it at the top of the key. 4-point lead, 45 seconds left. Bradford has it, thinks about the 3, no, met by me. Has no dribble, goes down low to Hickok. Hickok shoots it, and it's good. Gets the and one to try to bring her team to within 1. 33-31, but Hickok hit the ground hard. She's still on the ground. She is crying out in pain. I think she twisted something. We're going to go ahead and take a break here while the trainer meets up with Darren Hickok. We'll be right back here on Hill Sports 725. 38.9 seconds left. 33-31. Southridge leads it here on Hill Sports 725 on YouTube.
Who do I play for? I play high school basketball for every baller who ever played a pickup game on a driveway, playground, or alley. Because we all share the same dream. I play for buzzer beaters, big-time boards, and burying rainmakers. I play high school basketball for the chance to put my hometown in Oregon on the map by playing in a state championship.
Only 0.5% of all high school student athletes play basketball in college, but all 100% of them become adults. That's why playing basketball on their high school team is so important. High school athletes learn.
We're going to go ahead and cut that break short. So Hickok walked of her own volition, but she has to come out because of the injury timeout. So the free throw shot's going to be taken by Paige Strickland, who came in for. Shot is up, and it's no good. Line out. The ball's rebounded by Brink. He saves it. Could have gotten the foul call. Emil has it, gets it over to Meek. And finally it's met, and a foul is called. As Aldridge is trying to go in to get the ball, and I think it's going to be on her. And yes, the foul is on her. That's going to be number 3, 18th foul. Meek's going to go to the line, shooting 1-1. She's got to hit them both. Meek, you've only got 3 points here tonight. You've got to hit these free throws with 31.5 seconds left in the game, especially if you want to see a chance to go for the state championship. Game is on the line right now. Both fans are waiting in anticipation. Shot is up, around, no good. Bradford has it. 2-point game, under 30 seconds. Leonard tries driving the lane against Brink. Oh, she's out of the travel. That's why all those shots go good. Controlled by Emil. Emil has it, and the foul's called. Emil's now going to go to the free throw line, shooting 1-1. 19.9 seconds left. Foul is on Kyrika Rashid, her third. 19th foul of the half. Meek couldn't get it done. Maybe Emil can. Shooting 1-1, she missed her last free throw, but 19.9 seconds left. This is where you separate the men from the boys, so to speak. Under 20 seconds left, up by 2, and Emil has the chance to put her team up by 3. Shot is up, gets the bounce! She gets the bounce and a second free throw shot. 34-31, Southridge leads it. Can she put the game away? Good, bring the team up by 4, but Coach Gardner wants her last timeout, and we'll take a break here with 19.9 seconds left with Kaylin Emil ready to shoot her second free throw here on Hill Sports 725 on YouTube.
Hey everyone, this is David Hill, and I just want to thank you for listening to this live stream play-by-play of the game this evening. If you could be so kind, I'd love it if you'd simply click like and feel free to subscribe to Hill Sports 725 as we try to add more games to the channel. Comment below with what you liked or didn't. Feel free to email me at hillsport725@gmail.com. Thanks again, and play on. You're listening to live play-by-play of your Southridge Skyhawks basketball here on YouTube at Hill Sports 725.
And we're back here in the Chiles Center. That timeout came at a great time. I'm getting ready to have a heart attack, ladies and gentlemen. It's 34-31. Southridge leads it. They've led the entire game. Grant's made a monstrous, monumental comeback to pull to within as many as 2. But Emil makes her first of 1-1 to bring the team back up to 3. Has a chance to put the game away with less than 20 seconds and to put her team up by 4. The Grant fans are going crazy trying to distract Kaylin Emil, the D1 prospect, and it's good! 20 seconds left, 4-point lead. Leonard has the ball. You gotta take a 3-pointer. Don't foul. Don't foul. Bradford for 3. No good. Green tips it. Ball's controlled. Nobody. Emil with the Hoff has it, and they foul. 7.5 seconds left, and Hoff is going to the line, shooting 2. Skyhawk fans, can you believe it? You are going to be playing for a state championship. Natalie Hoff gets the long rebound with 7.5 seconds left, and a chance to put her team up by as many as 6 points. First shot is up and it's good. Woo! That was tighter than I wanted to be. It's been a great game. 36-31, Southridge leads it. Hoff with her second shot. And around and out, the clock starts. Grant has the ball. Leonard controls it. Bradford for three from the near side. It's good. 36-34. And that's the game. That's the game. Southridge wins it. Even with Grant hitting that three-pointer at the end, time doesn't stop on a made shot in the last minute. Your Skyhawks will play for a state championship tomorrow night here in the Chiles Center. They are going to meet the winner of Oregon City and South Salem, who are going to be getting ready to play in the next 15 to 20 minutes. Skyhawks win. Skyhawks win. It's a great day to be a Skyhawk. 36-34 is your final. We're going to go ahead and take a break, and when we come back, we'll have some post-game statistics and give me a chance to catch my breath here on Hill Sports 725 on YouTube.
Who do I play for? I play high school basketball for every baller who ever played a pickup game on a driveway, playground, or alley. Because we all share the same dream. I play for buzzer beaters, big-time boards, and burying rainmakers. I play high school basketball for the chance to put my hometown in Oregon on the map by playing in a state championship.
Only 0.5% of all high school student athletes play basketball in college. But all 100% of them become adults. That's why playing basketball on their high school team is so important. High school athletes learn life lessons that help them grow up. Lessons that can't be taught in the classroom and often aren't taught at home.
I play high school basketball because I love performing in front of a capacity crowd in my hometown gym.
This message presented by the Oregon School Activities Association and the Oregon Athletic Directors Association.
And we're back here inside the Chiles Center, where your Skyhawks have narrowly escaped the Grant Generals by a score of 36-34. Natalie Hoff making one of two free throws to go up by 5 points there, with Nina Radford hitting the three with 2 seconds remaining to bring the team within two, but with 2 seconds left, you have a 5-second count. Southridge just let it go, and they ended up with the victory. 36-34 is your final count here this evening. Once again, Southridge will play the winner of the Oregon City South Salem game, which is getting ready to start in about 20 minutes. Player of the game, obviously, she only scored 8 points, but had something like 8 blocks. I'm going to get the official statistics for you in just a moment. Cameron Brink, definitely your Skyhawk player of the game. As the official statistics come in, 8 points, 7 blocks, 11 rebounds, all just shy of a double-double and a triple-double. Maggie Freeman, 12 points with 1 assist. Kaylin Immel, 6 points. McKellen Meek with 3, Hoff with 4, Molly Morey with 3 as well. Your Skyhawks shot a total of 38.2% from the field during the game. Only 23% from the three-point line of 3 of 13. Ends up still winning the game. They outscored Grant every quarter, except Grant had a surge, winning the fourth quarter 13-9. That just wasn't enough as the Skyhawks pull it out. Over on the General side, Rashid had 11. Darren Hickok ended up with 8. She had a big free throw there at the end where she looks like she landed hard and was grabbing her quad. I think she may have strained something. She'll probably be good for tomorrow night regardless. But that free throw ends up being missed, and that's a big play right there, a big free throw being missed by the Skyhawks. It was ended up taken by Paige Strickland, whose only free throw, didn't score a single point, missed that one shot, the only shot she took all night. So Rashid finishes with 11, Hickok with 8, Nina Radford finished with 8, including that three-pointer there at the end. She ends up with 2 three-pointers, goes 2 for 6. Aldridge has 3. Leonard ends up with 4 for the Generals. A big win for your Skyhawks as they punch their ticket to the state championship final match tomorrow night at 8:30 p.m. It'll be live on OSAA and NFHS networks. It'll be delayed broadcast as soon as I can get it onto YouTube, just as this one and last night's game were as well. We'll also have recap on hillsport725.wordpress.com. We're going to go ahead and take a break. When we come back, we will have post-game interviews with Coach Bergman. We'll try to get Cameron Brink on the line as well as Maggie Freeman and hopefully Kaylin Emmel as well. We'll see if we can get as many players as we possibly can for this post-game interview. So we'll be right back here on Hillsport 725 on YouTube. This is the semifinals of the OSAA US Bank Les Schwab State Championships, where your Skyhawks win the day 36-34 against the Grant Generals.
Okay, Skyhawk fans, we're here with Natalie. Okay, Skyhawks, we are here with your coach, Michael Bergman. Coach, first off, congratulations on the win. Going to your first state championship as a head coach, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I feel like we have a lot of work to do. We got to get a game plan for tomorrow, and we don't want to be too excited right now, thinking that and just like we're going to walk in tomorrow, because we aren't. But I'm feeling good. The girls, they stepped up together. I was so proud of our bench tonight, because there are a lot of girls that didn't get in, but they were 100% in the game, and they were cheering the teammates on. They were coaching them up, and that's what makes me feel good as a coach.
Was this the type of game that you might have been expecting, with the physicality as well as how close it ended up being?
Yeah, absolutely. I actually, I wasn't sure we'd be able to break their press and get through their pressure. So I was proud of my girls for that. And I knew they were going to be really physical. They have some great players. So, they D1 kids and are as physical and as fast as we are. So you knew they were going to stay close. And such clutch players. Radford, even though she didn't shoot well, she had some huge shots at the end, just like she would.
Yeah. A couple of big free throws there at the end there to ice the deal, with Kaylin Emmel hitting 2, Natalie Hoff hitting 1 of 2 there to really pull the game away in the final seconds. Is that something that they're known for in practice? I mean, I've seen them in the games do pretty well as well, but not in such a tight situation.
Yeah, actually, it's funny because those two would play a game called golf, and it's basically just a shooting game, a free throw game. And I played with them the other day, and they both beat me the other day. So, not that it means I'm very good, but they both of them are good shooters. They're both just clutch kids, and they're going to calm themselves. And they've been here before. Both of them have been, at the high level, and they're both going to be by high level college players. And so, those are two type of kids you want at the line.
Well, congratulations, Coach, on the win. Good luck to you tomorrow night. Thanks. Of your Skyhawks winners today, 36-34. First off, Natalie, you're the only player from the team that's come back from that previous trip to the Chiles Center. Now you're going to be playing for a state championship. How are you feeling?
It's crazy because I've never won a game at the state tournament, and so this is really different for us. And it's just it's a weird feeling. I don't know.
Take us through that last play, because you had that shot by Grant, long rebound. It's tipped by, it seems like 100 different people. Finally ends up in your hands, and you get fouled for the game-winning free throws. What's going on in your mind through that entire ordeal?
I wasn't thinking about anything besides getting the ball in my hands or in one of our hands, because that's how we were going to win, and they were going to come to foul us right away, so we had to be strong right when we got it in our hands.
What about the free throw line? What were you thinking?
I was really nervous, to be honest, but I know that I do it every day in practice, and I just need to calm down. So I composed myself, and I shut everything out, and I knocked one down.
Defensively speaking, you and Cameron combined for looks like a total of 9 blocks. The rest were really letting you guys play as well. What was your mindset defensively coming into the game?
Our mindset was that we need to not go for blocks. We need to wall up, because a lot of times blocks result in fouls, and we've been having the refs not on our sides, and we've been getting a lot of fouls. So we just came in knowing that if we wall up, we're taller than most people, so they'll shoot right into our hands, and it'll be a block anyway.
Oregon City or South Salem, do you care?
I don't care. We're just going to go out there and compete with whoever it is.
How does it feel to be able to say you're playing tomorrow night, Chiles Center, for a state championship?
It's a crazy feeling, and I'm so excited.
Congratulations. Good luck. All right, Hawk fans, we are here with your starting center, Cameron Brink. First off, Cameron, end of the buzzer. You look like you were getting ready to be the first one in line to tackle your first teammate that you could see. How are you feeling?
Really emotional, really prepared for the next game. I feel like we worked so hard to get here, and I feel like we're gonna do all we can to get the state title.
You yourself, 7 blocks in the game. Defensive monster out there. What was your mentality coming in?
Not to give fouls, stay straight up and stay in the game for my teammates. It was better than yesterday, so I'm pretty proud of myself. So just stay in the game.
You did have a couple of fouls early, but then it seemed like the refs kind of let you guys play, and the game got really physical towards the end. Was there a switch of mentality on the bench for that? What were you thinking as the game was kind of getting physical?
I was thinking just don't retaliate, just stay straight up, and just, don't give them anything to call.
You're playing in a state championship as a freshman. Do you have any preference as far as, first off, your opponent, and what are you looking forward to most tomorrow?
We'll play anyone. They're both amazing teams out there right now, and we'll just come in ready to fight. So, yeah.
How does it feel to say that tomorrow night you're going to be here in the Chiles Center playing for a state championship?
Amazing.
Well, congratulations on the win. Good luck to you tomorrow night. All right, Skyhawks, we are here with Kaylin Immel from your ladies basketball team. First off, all the hard work. You're playing tomorrow night for a state championship. What's the feeling for you in the locker room?
We were pretty excited. We haven't seen this kind of game, this kind of atmosphere in a really long time. Southridge basketball hasn't been in this kind of place since Meek's era, and I'm really proud of our team. I'm really happy that we were able to make this far, and it's not over. It's definitely not over. We have a lot of work to do tomorrow, and I know we can do it. I know we have the team. We have a group of girls that play for each other that will do whatever it takes to win that game. So I'm looking forward to it.
4 more quarters, right?
Yeah.
So you're coming off of a game where, against St. Mary's, you guys shoot the lights out, 60%. Here tonight, you guys end up shooting 38%. Very tight game. Both teams end up only in the 30s. What was going on the bench? Were you guys sitting on pins and needles like the rest of us, or what were you guys feeling while you're on the court?
It was an intense atmosphere, and the game was so physical. You had to fight through every single play. And the refs weren't giving any calls, so we had to learn to fight through that. And I think we learned to encourage each other and help us through that adversity. And the bench girls were awesome. Everyone on our team played a part